Hello everyone, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video, which I feel like I just did one of these, but it's already time for my November eyeshadow palette extravaganza. If you are new, eyeshadow palettes are my favorite thing to purchase. Granted, I love a whole lot of other products too, but for whatever reason, eyeshadows have always been my top product to pick up. I just find it so much fun to play with eyeshadow. I don't know, there's no other way I can describe it to you except with that. So we've got 5 eyeshadow palettes to talk about this month, a little less than the month before, which I'm a little grateful for, but we do have a few to talk about and some really worthy palettes here. So if you're interested in seeing just little mini reviews how these palettes worked for me, then just keep on watching. So let's start off with Huda Beauty. I did pick up 2 eyeshadow palettes by the brand. Huda eyeshadows are some of my favorites, quite frankly. And granted, yes, every now and then you get one that's like a little bit, doesn't meet expectation, but for the most part, I really do enjoy her formula. I enjoy her innovative ideas as it comes to eyeshadow. So that, I really do like picking up her eyeshadow palettes. And this was one I knew I wanted. This is the gold palette. They're the Gold Obsessions palette. This is the one that released in the UK on Cult Beauty, and I think it was like to celebrate an anniversary. I can't even remember, I'm so sorry. But I did pick this one up, and quite frankly, I paid the same amount as I would have paid for it here in the States with taxes if I would have gotten it at Sephora. These are typically $29 plus tax, and I think I paid $32. There's something in my eye. I feel like that happens in every single video. So the cover is very pretty. It looks like some sort of kitchen countertop. I don't know. Anyways, so definitely different from her prior palettes. So the inside isn't like super different from what you've seen from other brands, but what I love about Huda eyeshadows are especially her metallic, her standout shades, and these are no exception. I really have enjoyed these. They pack a punch. Now, I'm going to tell you that the formula is very similar to her other Obsessions palettes in which the formula is thinner, and so you have to dig a little harder, and again, using your finger, because that will get you the most bang for your buck, for lack of a better phrase. But these are incredible. I have just thoroughly enjoyed playing with this palette. I had read a lot of people saying, well, you know, they just kind of all run together. And yeah, there's similarity here. It's kind of like, remember the Natasha Denona gold palette, how it was just different variations of gold, and this is kind of like that. And this one, I don't even know that you're gonna be able to see. It's very light and it's very flaky, but I use a tacky base. I use the Fenty Pro Filter Eye Primer. I go in with my finger and it is absolutely lovely. I am so happy that I picked it up. And this is what I mean. See how this one's a bright gold, this one's a little bit of a deeper gold, and you've just got the different variations. I love the mattes in this palette too. I have found them very easy to work with, and I guess I've had a little bit of trouble with some mattes just from other palettes, other brands over the last couple of months, and I'm like, wow, these apply really nicely. They're super soft. Softer than a lot of her other mattes, and quite frankly, I found that to be the same of the next palette I'm going to talk to you about. And so I'm like really, really happy with this. So this was definitely a good buy. It's great for the holidays because now that Christmas is coming up, you know, people are starting to do those party looks, even though there's really no parties going on. But anyways, so definitely a favorite of mine from her brand. I am so glad I picked this one up. I don't know if it's coming to the States or not. The next one is the Naughty palette. I'm not going to dive a whole long time into this because I told y'all a lot about it in my Sephora haul update. I have to tell you though that out of all her, and I recently did a ranking on her large palettes in anticipation of this palette, and as of the moment, this is my number one. This is my favorite of her large palettes, which is saying a lot because the ones I had like ranked as number 1 and number 2 just really had my heart. I cannot believe I'm saying this. I can't believe I'm saying that I love this palette over the like Desert Dusk palette. But the truth of the matter is that this one is super amazing. Anyway, so you've seen this palette left and right. Again, I won't spend a whole lot of time on it, but just as you saw in the last palette, in the gold palette, the mattes are just as soft as opaque. They're easy to blend, that you could just throw it on in the crease, which is not typically my MO. I usually like to go big or go home when it comes to your eyeshadow, but there have been times, especially now, we are all doing it, all minimal on the makeup these days, and there have been times where I just want to throw something in the crease. I want a little something something, but I don't want to go just super barefaced or bare-eyed. And so this has been super perfect for that. And again, I don't remember her mattes being this soft. And again, I just recently filmed that video, but now I feel like I have to go back and really like compare. But this is one swipe and the pigmentation is absolutely incredible. Again, I think this is her best palette yet. It's got the innovative little swirly shades, which she is known for. She has done that time over time. In these palettes, she'll put like these weird random little swirly shades, little zebra shades, whatever, and people are like, what is that? I want to try that. So kudos to her for being super innovative. That little jelly shade that everyone's freaked out by. I mean, again, yeah, people hate it, but she's trying something new when it comes to eyeshadow or, you know, eye makeup, and good for her. I'm down for it because I love trying a good eye product. So let's move on to the other big eyeshadow palette I have here, and it's the Natasha Denona Triochrome palette. I think it's Triochrome. And so I have several thoughts on this one. Okay, this is a $129 palette, and I don't think I told you I did tell you the price on this one, but I think this one is $68. I did pick mine up during the sale. Same with this one. So I'm a little disappointed because these are my types of shades, like the ones that pack a punch, the ones that draw attention to the eye. And they're a little bit more subdued than I would like. They're not as bright and intense. They're not as foiled and metallic as I would have loved to have seen. I do own Scarab in the multi-chrome, the little eyeshadows, the singles, and I actually like that one very much. It's the only one I have from that lineup, from that collection. And this one is definitely more subdued in the line of metallic finish, and that was a little disappointing to me. The mattes are actually very lovely. I don't know how much I'm going to be reaching for them. However, I will say this color story is very different from what I have in my collection, and I always like unique when it comes to either packaging, when it comes to color story, whatever the case may be. We all have so many eyeshadows and eyeshadow palettes at this point that something unique and out of the ordinary is very welcome. And so for that, I am very happy. You can really get some nice looks out of this, some very unique, very fresh looks. I've found that a couple of the mattes end up going on a little bit deeper than what they look in the pan. This one looks like a very orange sherbet fresh type of shade. Once I start applying it on the eye, it deepens up just a hint. And I have found that to be the case with a couple of other shades as well, but just so that you have an idea of the swatches, these Army Pukey Greens are the I love those types of shades. Like, that's what I am here for, and I love that there's one in here. So again, like, looking at this little set of swatches, it's like they pair together really nicely. You can either go row by row, which is, I believe, how she intended, so that you can do one look, you know, with each row, or, you know, as creativity sparks, you can mix and match. I'm not super creative that way, but a ton of y'all are. So anyways, $129 palette. I wish this would have been a smaller palette because I am one of those that will never go through all of that product, but you know what? It is what it is, and I was happy to add it to my collection. The last two eyeshadow palettes are the Rare palettes. Now, technically I did pick this one up in October. However, I didn't really have a chance to play with it and use it until November. I picked it up late October. It was like, I'm not even kidding, like October 30th. And so there was no way I was going to be able to really get it in time. And so, yeah, let's talk about these two bad boys. These are $25 each. I am wearing the purple one on my lids today, or on my eyes, including the crease shade. There are no mattes in these eyeshadow palettes, and the crease shade I have is one of the shades from the purple one. It went on very nicely, as you can tell. Like, don't be afraid to use those types of shades, satin shades, and shimmer shades, don't be afraid to use them in your crease. Sometimes it creates the prettiest look. It looks extra glowy. That's what I love about the Charlotte Tilbury Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize, is that those go on so nicely, like in the crease and everything. And that's what really opened my eyes to, you know what, I need to start using more like satiny and glowy types of shades in my crease. It just looks extra pretty. So out of the two, this is going to probably surprise you, but out of the two, the purple is my favorite, which you're probably expecting me to say that this one is my favorite, but this one, I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the gold. I don't know if there's something about it that I like this one more, which blows my mind, because when I first bought these, I opted for this one first because it's the one that appealed to me more. They're both very pretty. Ultimately, I don't know if I would go back and repurchase them. I think I kind of got swept up in the fact that I love the brand. Really, hardly anything has disappointed me from the brand. And the price point was very decent. And given that they were limited edition, it's like, oh, do I want to pass up? And don't get me wrong, the shades are absolutely beautiful. They're very intense. And again, you have to be okay with there being no mattes in here. But I don't know, for some reason, and this is where I'm telling y'all, packaging is key for me. I think because they're these smaller little, they're going to get put away and I'm going to forget about them, honestly. And then I already know I'm going to get some comment that says, well, if you already knew that, then why did you buy them? Well, you know what? I wanted to try them out. So let's just leave it at that. But I do think out of the two, I do enjoy the purple one more. This right here is the one I'm wearing in my crease. And again, it's very easy to work with. I do like the quality of these palettes. It meets expectations for me in line with the brand and the products that she has put out. I think they are she has done an amazing job. But again, I think I know myself and I don't think I'm going to reach for them as often as I would like. And you do, again, you have to be drawn to these colors in order to even want to pick one of these up. So again, for the price point, if you are interested in these colors, then yeah, it's a really decent price point. They are made in China for reference, in case a lot of y'all are wondering, which I know is very unfortunate because I don't know all of the ins and outs of this, and I'm so sorry. But the whole animal testing thing, I think is an issue when things are made in China, because at that point they have to test on animals, is what I understand. But you are certainly welcome to correct me if I am wrong. I love to learn, and I'm not super well versed in that. So as far as the Triochrome palette, I don't remember where this one is made in Italy. So a lot of great makeup eyeshadow palettes come out of Italy. Same thing with this one, and this one is made in China. So that wraps up our eyeshadow palette extravaganza for November. I hope you found it helpful. Before I let you go, you know I gotta give you a very quick verse of the day. Okay, my friends, as I have been doing for the past couple of videos, I will put a phone number up here on the screen in case you are looking for prayer, in case you want someone to pray for you, with you. Maybe you are just kind of in a lost place right now. Anyways, use it or not. It's in no way forcing you. I just want to offer that as an option in case you are feeling a certain way. Today's verse comes from Luke 1:37, and it says, "For no word from God will ever fail." There's one thing you can count on, one thing you can trust, and that's Christ. He is the most trustworthy. Humans, we will all fail each other. We are imperfect, and quite frankly, I have been so disappointed by others over the course of my life. That's just fact. You know, I mean, we all have been and we all will be, but the one you can count on to never let you down, to never fail you, to never leave you is Jesus. And so it is my prayer that if you have not already experienced his peace and his presence and just how amazing he can be, it is my prayer that you do come to know him and that you experience that ever so amazing love. All right, my friends, well, thank you again for watching. I pray that you have a great rest of your day. Until the next one, please stay safe and stay well, and know that I love each and every one of you, but Jesus loves you more. All right, guys, see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.